have to worry about predators like our ancestors did. No saber-toothed tigers stalking from the brush. No dire wolves circling the camp. There are no more monsters to fear. And so, we have to build our own.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? These are the things we thought about when we made the new Grand Cherokee. Made for what you're made of.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Honda. One man with 4 wheels strapped to a parallel twin engine. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Honda motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois. One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. He is looking to destroy high prices. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Kawasaki. One man strapped to a 2021 Terex KRX 1000. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois. Access the largest motorsports inventory in America. We're authorized dealers for Can-Am, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, and more. Get the best deals these brands have to offer. Browse through our inventory to find exactly what you're looking for.
Hold on a minute. Did we hear that right? Dodge is making an electric car?
We're talking hypothetical, right?
Surely you jest. Dodge? You mean the people who devised the legendary 426 Hemi and sunk it into a sublime missile? You mean the Dodge that created the Hellcat Red Eye and the most powerful muscle car in the world? Makers of the 840 horsepower wheel-standing Demon? Why on God's green earth would Dodge ever build an electric car? Anybody? Any thoughts out there? Hello?
Harley-Davidson builds bikes that are meant to ride. There are vehicles your parents would recommend you drive. Then there are the motorcycles your crazy uncle who gave you fireworks for your birthday tells you to ride. You wouldn't want to let your uncle down,
Echo
would
Arena
you?
is a zero-gravity virtual reality sport that requires teamwork, skill, and communication to succeed. The arena features a spawn area where the game begins. Players enter the arena through a launch tube that has a catapult ring inside to increase speed as they enter. The teams race to be the first team to get to the disc in the center, which is also called the joust. players enter the arena full of geometric shapes that can be used strategically during a match. The 3 basic player positions are striker, midfielder, and goalie. Each player's Echo unit is equipped with a thruster on each wrist, a booster on the back, and brakes to slow players down from the high speeds. Re-grabbing or stacking is a common technique used in-game. This is demonstrated when players use each other repeatedly in a slingshot motion to increase their speed. Another useful skill is stunning. This allows the players to temporarily disable the opponent's movement. Stunning can be countered by using the blocking skill, which causes the stunner to be stunned as the offensive team progresses through the arena with the disc. The defending team protects their bubble, which serves as a 3-point line around the goal. When players enter the bubble, each goal accounts for just 2 points. When a team scores, the disc spawns on the opposing team's end of the arena to give them the joust advantage.
Welcome to Nepa TV. I am Phenom, your friendly neighborhood PDR admin, and tonight, host and analyst with my lovely partner, Psychaotic, here to do the play-by-play tonight. We have a mixed bag. No teams. We had a couple pro players able to come in and show us that. It takes some serious skill to play this game. So tonight we have Team A, Isolate, Knife Rich, Swag War, and Lil Guipo, against Team B, Hunavali, Baron, or 8 Aaron, as you'd like to call him, The Law, and Snipe. Honestly, we just saw some of these players play in the other exhibition matches, and as well as our Pro AAA match, Hanavelli and Lil Guipo, I believe, both in that match, coming out with the victory. So going into this second exhibition match, I think they're definitely, even though it's a mix, they're not with their teams tonight. I can't imagine any of these players want to lose, and definitely want the clout for their partners in crime here.
Yeah, 100%. They may not be with their regular teammates tonight, but these are players that are forces to be reckoned with. I just want to break down those rosters for just a second, because you mentioned that we may not have teams, but we do have a couple of teammate pairings here on both of these squads that I would love to run through. So over there on the orange mixed bag, we've got Isolate representing the LA Destroyers, bringing the West Coast here. We're going to have Lil Guipo from the Chicago Wizards, joined by his teammate Swag War, also on the Chicago Wizards over there. And then, of course, we've got Knife Rich on the Nashville Legends. So coast to coast, that orange mixed bag team is represented. Now taking a look over there at the blue mixed bag, we've got Snipe representing Echo Club Kansas City, along with his teammate also from Kansas City is going to be Baron, or 8 Aaron if we're running with that joke, and he's going to send us angry DMs tomorrow morning. And then we have also got Hunavelli from the Chicago Wizards as well, so facing off against some of those teammates over there. And then we've got the Law on the Dallas Knights. So Phenom, you and I have both seen these players play plenty of times. What are just some quick things that you think we might be able to expect from both of these squads?
Honestly, there isn't anyone on either of these teams that I think are necessarily quote unquote unique play styles. Cough soloers, cough. I'm interested to see, because a lot of these players are kind of in the middle. There's a lot of people that can play goalie. Isolate, Knife Rich, for sure, can both be phenomenal goalies. So I don't know, I imagine they probably haven't discussed any of this before getting into the arena, so it's just going to be a lot of on the fly and trying to develop that chemistry in the short time that they have tonight. So seeing who kind of fits into those slots. Lil Guipo, I imagine, probably play up front as well as Swag War. On the other side, same thing. Snipe, a really good goalie. A lot of good defense, but a lot of these players can really play both roles. So I'm actually interested to see where they ended up fitting in. But I imagine there's probably going to be a hell of a lot of teamwork from both these teams tonight.
Yeah, there's going to be, like you said, with these mixed bag situations, where this is just a mixed priv, it is going to come down to a lot of organic play, I think, going back to the basics at which you and your teammates can gel at a fundamental level, and then, as you said, play to those individual strengths as you work it out from there. But a lot of it really does come down to initially how well these teams work together off the bat, who's going to play where. Like you mentioned over there on the orange squad, they've got Isolate and Knifer. It's going to be interesting to see who plays goal, but with Lil Guipo and Swag War up front, you can't go wrong there. Same thing over there on the blue squad. While we're waiting for these last couple players to trickle into the arena, if everybody would just, calmly join me in publicly shaming Swag War and the law real quick, that'd be great. But while we're waiting for them, we are going to go through the rules. Phenom, can you read them out for us?
Sure. So tonight we are doing 8-minute quarters. So 4 quarters, 8 minutes long. The score will carry over between those. In the middle, after round 2, there's going to be a 5-minute halftime. Tonight, unlike the All-Star match, we are doing the normal 4v4, not the 5v5. If they choose to tonight, the teams may they have 2-minute timeouts per match. And then overtime at the very end is going to be a golden goal. So next score wins. And then, like always, Nepa, always non-toxic, non-discriminatory. We want the best of the best, both on skill and on, the sportsmanship of the players that we employ.
Yep. 100%. That is one thing that I love about Nepa, is that professionalism is valued in and out of the arena, and this match tonight not going to be an exception. It seems that we do have another player who's joined us in the arena. I would imagine they are playing under a different name this evening. We'll figure out how to pronounce that one later.
Yeah, I know there has been an Oculus issue in the last weekend with getting on specific accounts for some reason. We're not really sure why, but there is one quick solution to that, and it is usually playing on an alt account or a VPN that seems to be working right now. So not sure who that is. I guess we'll find out shortly, but and that we're still waiting for one more player. Okay, the Swag War has just let me know that he is in fact
I'm going with Swag.
Yeah, I mean, they're close enough.
Close enough. But yeah, it looks like we are just waiting on one more player to get into the arena. Unfortunately, we may not be seeing the law this evening, but that's okay. I'm sure we've got other players looking to step up and join in this scrim momentarily. Yep, quickly, just as I say that, another member of the Dallas Knights is ready to step in. We're going to be seeing Geo instead. So that will round out the blue mixed bag team to be Snipe, Baron, Hunavelli, and Geo. That's going to be quite an interesting group over there. A lot of newer blood players. I'm not, that have made their way up more recently, I guess, compared to some of the other pro players that we've had. And the way that they play tends to be a bit more different. They are not afraid to rely on a lot of those solo skills. Not saying that they are soloists. I'm just saying that they are, comfortable and confident in the way that they play, creating that time and space for themselves. So it'll be interesting to see how that team gels together around that.
Yeah, the Geo is going to be a pretty good addition for them, I think. He definitely plays more kind of the mid to, aggressive mechanical style. So for, Snipe, Baron, and Hana, that's definitely something that I think is going to be needed against kind of the fast mechanics, especially of like Knife and Lil Guipo, for sure. Obviously, Swag War is fantastic, but, I don't know, make the distinction between speed and kind of strategy, whereas I feel like Neef and Lil Guipo kind of have a lot of their juking based off just raw speed. They,
Yes.
they like to move very quickly. watching them do it right now as they warm up. Whereas Swagwar is more calculated in his movements, making them very hard to read. So definitely with Geo being that same kind of max speed kind of style, I definitely think that's gonna play out, especially on their defense against that kind of style. But who knows? You know, depending on the chemistry of these teams, it's gonna be, like I said, interesting to see what we see out of the normal play styles change to kind of adapt on a mix like this.
Yep, we do have all 8 players in the arena, so we should be getting going rather quickly. But I do want to touch on what you just said. You know, you're totally right. With a mixed priv, you take it back to the basics. We're probably going to see a lot of split rollouts, both on offense and defense. You know, a return to a lot of the core meta there, and not stuff that's going to rely on chemistry for obvious reasons. Because though these players have played together in a training sense, they have not played together on competitive teams, at least for the most part. As I said, we've got a couple of pairings in here. But all of that said, it should still be a really good, clean game of Echo Arena, and I am so stoked to get into it. Phenom, are we seeing 1 or 2 sets? I'm very confused right now.
Wait, you normally it's just a match, so it's
yeah,
just
okay, just one.
A single set of 4 rounds, 8 minutes, like normal. Swagwar letting us know that he will be going to sleep after 1. So good. Good thing we're not playing 2 then.
Yeah, so we should be getting going in just a moment here. Hopefully we get those ready ups coming through, because I am super excited to get into this match. As a reminder, over there on the orange team, we're going to have Isolate, Lil Guipo, Knife Rich, and Swagwar. That is Swagwar, despite the string of gibberish he's got as his name right now. And then over on the blue squad, we've got Snipe, Baron, Hunavelli, and Geo has just stepped in for the loss. So we should be seeing these teams ready up rather quickly here. It is going to be a good match.
Just gave him the ready up, so we should see the... Yep, there's orange team waiting on blue team to ready their heinies up, and we'll get going.
Jucifer in the chat saying bring back 5v5. I mean, Phenom, you were part of that game last week where we saw 5v5 played here on the stream. This is going to be, I would imagine, a huge change of pace compared to that. So, Jucifer, I don't know if we'll be bringing that back so soon.
Yeah,
but
it's a once in a while thing.
Yeah, once in a while. I'll tell you what, though, it was exciting to watch from a viewer standpoint, but this match will also be exciting, and that's what we're getting into right here, right now. We're underway. Orange team gonna get that first touch with that headbutt, but it's gonna bounce all the way out of the bubble before anybody can get back to it. Off of the wall and down into the hands of Hunavelli with the recovery for blue, sending this one low mid, connecting with Geo. Geo with the incoming stack finds that pass across over to Snipe, who will send it back over, but it's a bit too far in front of the intended recipient, so instead it is gonna be Knife Rich winning that brawl. Good moves there as Knife Rich picks this one up off the wall, feeds it forward to Lil Guipo, but he runs into a roadblock in the form of Hunavelli, forcing the pass to, that's Swagwar. It's going to take me a minute. Swagwar down low on the floor, gets the ender on 1, drives off the boot, but no, denied by Hunavelli once again. He's going to send this one through the tunnel, bouncing low underneath the Pac-Man, where it will be picked up by Huna once again. Huna on the boot, looking to maybe drive in here off the floor. Oh my goodness, over the head there on the stunned out goalie, but Swag gets to it regardless, sending this one forward to Lil Guipo. Now Isolate sends this one up, bouncing off the ceiling, off the bow, and away from the incoming stacks. But Knife Rich does get the read, trying to send this one over, but no, off the head there and into the hands of Hunavelli, who sends this right back where it came from, through the mid and off the back wall, all the way out of the bubble, where it will be picked up and sent in by Snipe. Faye, what a play there. It took us a while.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge first save by Swagwar. He was 3-on-1. The entire stack and +1 was being held back, getting stunned. So, I mean, that was a huge play by Swag. Obviously, left it open at the end there, but the defense from both teams has been fantastic.
100%. So now we'll see the orange team come out with their first rollout. This one will be handled by Swagwar in the tunnel. Incoming stack pressure forces that pass to Isolate. Isolate working his way into the bubble, trying to sneak in the 3, but Baron has the read. He finds himself in that lane, but not able to find that clear. Swagwar gets the recovery, bounces it off the back wall into the hands of Knife Rich just outside the bubble. Here comes the orange team. They're looking for points, but first a reset back to Swag. Now forward looking to connect with Knife Rich once again, but a bad bounce out of the bubble, and it will be slapped away by Baron. Great moves there as that bounces off the wall now into the orange bubble. Oh my goodness, almost into the goal there off the ding ring. Picked up by Baron on the shoulder, looking for that lane to drive, gets through 1 and sinks it in for the 2.
Yeah, orange team still not finding their rhythm on that offensive bubble just yet. I mean, it's just unbelievable. After I think 3 full minutes, they should just be, ready to go. 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. We are almost 3 minutes into this first quarter, and Orange team is still scoreless, but they're looking for some points here with this Joust advantage. Knife Rich in the tunnel under pressure sends this one over to Swag at the table. Swag feeds this one low. A beautiful bounce right into the hands of Isolate. My goodness. Great work there from the Orange team, and they have earned their first 2 points. All right, so now blue team still up, but only up by 3 this time. Will be taking their first Joust advantage of the quarter. This one will be picked up by Baron under pressure. Sends this one to the tunnel into the hands of Geo. Geo barely getting rid of that one, sending it low to Hunavelli, but he's under that immediate pressure from Knife Rich as well, forcing this reset back to Geo. Taking this one low before sending it to Baron at the double diamonds, and he has got time and space to work with. No pressure just yet, so he will work his way forward. Now the pressure is lurking, still covering those pass lanes, and oh my goodness, what a bounce there, looking to connect with Snipe, but instead it is going to be intercepted by Knife Rich, who makes a little time and space before looking for the clear, but Baron's got the read. Blue team back at it. Now Geo on the ceiling just outside the bubble, sends this one over cross to Snipe, but Snipe forced to block there from the incoming pressure. So instead, this is going to be cleared all the way through, and oh no, takes an interesting bounce there across the floor. Eventually recovered by Isolate, but not able to get rid of it in time as Hunavelli picks this one up instead, sending it to Snipe, but the drive-by stun comes from the stack. However, it's not enough to win the possession as another blue player gets back to it and slaps it forward up into the hands of Snipe, but pocket picked by Isolate. There's the redemption. He looks for the clear, but Geo on that back line gets the read off of the mid, and he will slow this one down here. Lil Guipo is lurking, and oh, maybe forced the bad pass there. Does not quite connect at first, but the blue team recovers. It's Snipe with the one-on-one cross pocket shot. Good work there, 19 meters a second, and that's going in for the 2.
Yeah, I mean, blue team immediately seeming to find some chemistry. Orange team just having some rough times with the clears. Couple times they've both gone for a return there and have no other choice but to clear instead of an easy pass. So hopefully they can kind of figure each other out here quick and make an easy comeback.
Ooh, maybe finding the easy comeback, but not if the blue team has anything to say about it. They got the read on that Joust, but they have not yet converted, as that reset pass is also going to be a bit high. Isolate, however, gets the recovery and sends this one down low cross to Knife. Knife now looking for Isolate once again, but woo, off the Geo and into the hands of Baron. He is quick to punish, sending that one in for the 2, and now blue is up by 7.
Yeah, a handful of unlucky bounces so far in this first round. Definitely not going to the favor of the orange team.
Yeah, definitely not indeed. And I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. They have not found a way to get through the mid just yet, but there's plenty of time to do so. Excuse me. There is still 2 minutes left in this quarter and way more to come after that. And they're only down by 7. This one's going to be Swag War on the table, working his way forward here, pausing at the station to really, eye up those options. Finds the low cross to Lil Guipo, looking to drive in. One last cut to Isolate, and he will put that one in for the 2, cutting the blue lead now down to just 5.
Yeah, even though we call it the Joust advantage, it is definitely no advantage to have. So even something as scoring a goal might be, intrinsically good. Putting them on defense and being able to now not be the team struggling to find a play, especially in a mix like this, could be a huge advantage.
Yep. Completely, and now here's Hunavelli looking for more, firing this one over cross. Oh my goodness, I do not know how he connected with Snipe there under pressure. Snipes the pass to Snipe, who snipes it in for the 2. All right, and now blue team up by 7. Oh my goodness, up by 7 points with 1 minute remaining. It is a struggle today. It's all good. Isolate as the QB sends this one over, bouncing off the wall and into the hands of Knife Rich. Under some pressure from the waiting stack, hits the relief over to Isolate. Oh, some mishandling, but they do recover. Knife Rich now slinging this one over to Swag War at the table. Lurking pressure forces the pass, barely connecting there with Knife Rich. Good duck just outside the bubble now, looking to slow it down on the boot. Looking for some options. Snipe is lurking, goes high cross to Lil Guipo, and Guipo sends that one in for the 2 once again. It is only a 5-point difference.
Yeah, Guipo hanging out waiting for that, what we call a strandy, which is where you sit hanging motionless in front of the goal, kind of waiting for almost like an alley-oop slap shot. So he was just waiting right there, waiting, and Neef was just kind of giving it one more second for that defender to come off of him.
Yep, 100%. And oh my goodness, that stack gets to the QB, gets the stun, but not quite the steal, as Baron does recover to get the slap over to Snipe in the trap. However, Swag War all over him, gets the stun, gets the shot, but not the goal. That one's gonna bounce low, but back into the hands of Knife Rich, so Orange keeps the possession. Incoming pressure forces that pass over, one more to Knife Rich, and he puts it in for the 2 to end out the round here. Great timing from the Orange team as they get it to within 3, and we'll hear all about it from Phenom after the quick ad break.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? These are the things we thought about when we made the new Grand Cherokee. Made for what you're made of.
And welcome back, everybody. We just saw an exciting first quarter between this orange and blue mixed bag pro teams. Score is 8-11 right now in the favor of blue. Phenom, we only got a couple seconds here, but in a few words, what just happened and what's going to change in this quarter?
I mean, that was a big momentum shift, especially to end in those last couple of goals. So hopefully if we see an Orange kind of keep that momentum, at least get this first touch, which they absolutely do, you know, an easy goal here will put them back on the offensive.
Yep, absolutely, but not if Baron has something to say about it. Getting the stun and the slap there to Snipe. Snipe sends this one all the way through off of the back wall, where it will be recovered by Knife Rich. Has a little bit more time than he thinks he does, so he gets rid of this quickly and into the hands of Geo. Geo hits this reset back to Baron, taking his time now on the nose, eyeing up those options. Isolate is lurking, now finally applying the pressure, forcing this pass to Geo under the boot. Geo going to the shield. Geo not liking what he's got, so he sends it back to Hunavelli and pays for the decision as Lil Guipo takes that from him and sends it back down into the bubble, picked up by Swag War, and that will be put in for the 2. It may not have been the quick goal that they were looking for, but it is points, and that is huge.
Yeah, unfortunate. I think Gio was going to grab the shield and just missed it by an inch, and then kind of panicked and passed it back. And they were able to, Orange team able to recover that and put it in for an easy goal.
Yep, absolutely. And now they've got themselves to within just 1 point. So blue team has slowly had their lead chipped away at. They need some points here. They need to get that momentum back, and that's not the way you want to start it, as that bad pass goes off the Geo into the hands of an orange player, taking the shot, but not quite going to be on. However, it will be recovered by Swag War all day long. He's got that goal open, and he will slowly tuck it in for the 2. Orange has their first lead of the night. So good stuff from there. And now with the blue team down by 1, they have had several unanswered goals scored against them. Let's see how they can recover here, as Baron wastes no time sending this one to Snipe in the tunnel. Snipe under pressure looks to send this one back, but oh no, a bad bounce, and that's going to go up high. However, Baron recovers. No, just kidding. Swag War with that stack gets there first, gets the stun, gets the shot, gets the 3, and now Orange is up 15-11. Good stuff there. So now they are up by 4 points with so much time left in this quarter. As Phenom said, between those rounds there, the momentum has shifted and blue team has not caught up yet. They are getting scored against, unanswered points is going on right now, and that is what you don't want to see. So Geo sends this one all the way through, but once again intercepted by Isolate. He'll send this one forward to Swag War. They're pre-stacked with a teammate, but the bounce is going to go a bit unexpected up high and cross instead, where it will connect with Lil Guipo. Now over to Swag War on on the ceiling. Swagwar looking for one more and finds it in the form of Isolate. He converts for the 2, and now Orange Team is on a roll.
Yeah. Oh, a pause coming from the... I'm not sure what team that was. Heard it, and then it came right out of my brain. Blue team. All right, so blue team, maybe some tech issues. Looks like all of them are moving. So I think what I was just about to say before they paused that was it looked like blue team was struggling getting the rollouts together. They're all gathered around the nest right now. Yeah, they seem to be strategizing in some way. So I believe that was probably the issue of especially when you get into that tunnel. 15 seconds does seem like a lot, but after you kind of get settled and figure something out, and a lot of times these mix, you hear, okay, I'm going left, and then you hear someone else say, okay, I'll go left, and then someone else says, wait, no, he was going left, and then you launch. So, you know, a nice pause to kind of figure out what we're gonna do in the next coming after, you know, especially with Orange Team finding this momentum, and being able to cool that off and maybe come through. All right, we're seeing a team cheers from the blue team now, and moving back into the spawn room. But other than that, everything seems pretty even, other than this recent stint by the Orange Team. So we've seen the Orange Team evolve and adapt to their chemistry. Hopefully now we'll see the blue team do the same.
Yeah, and this is the time to take that time out, right? Like if something is going wrong and you know you're going to need that pause to fix it, or even if you just need to ice the other team's momentum for a bit, get your head straight. This is the time to do it. You don't wait until it's out of hand and you're down by 10 or 12 points and there's not enough time left. You do it here where you're down by 6, you've got 5 minutes left in the quarter, and there is time to really implement some change and get some of those points back, gain back some of that ground. Let's see though if you know, maybe they've got the plan and maybe they're going to implement it here. Can they do it? I don't know, but here they come. It is going to be Baron as the QB once again, this time sending it right over to Geo in the tunnel. Geo under some pressure, looks for that through pass, but oh no, hits that double diamond instead, where it will be picked up by Swagwar. Swag on the move, sends this one through for the waiting stack. The stack is broken apart, and no, they will not read it. Instead, it is going to drift all the way back into the hands of Baron, looking for that cross clear. However, Isolate, determined to send it right back where it came from, puts this one in the bubble where it will be mishandled. Oh no! And blue team back on it, but they can't find the clear either. Off the heads, through the hands, not sure what's going on here, but finally Geo has a solid possession on it, picking this one up and sending it through the same side tunnel after drawing the stack to him, where it will bounce low now out of the trench and to the cross side wall. Blue team gets that little mini stack together, so Hunavelli gets the pickup. Where's the defense? Hunavelli on his way in takes a very bold shot there on Isolate, who is happy to take that one and send it right back up to the mid, where it will be recovered by Geo, but pocket pick there by the stack. It's going to be Swagwar getting there, getting the headbutt to pass to himself before sending that one in for the 3. Faye, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many times that players can utilize a tactical headbutt. But there are a couple times where you just kind of want to, you know, if you grab the disc, you stop any momentum or, you know, kind of inertia that you have. So being able to kind of headbutt it correctly keeps you on pace with that disc forwards. And, you know, if you're lucky enough to hit a good headbutt and recover it, it can absolutely be a useful tool.
Yep, 100%. But now the blue team has made their way into the bubble here. Can they convert for some points? Yes, they can. Hunavelli really putting in work there on the wall to drive that one into the goal for the 2. That is their first one in a while. And I don't say that to pick on them. I say that to mark that maybe this is the beginning of something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 7 out of the 8 players in the arena were in touch distance of the ring at that point. So he kind of didn't have any options, didn't have any good passes, so just ended up trying to juke it and take a shot, and it worked out for him.
Yep, it does, and it looks like the orange team gonna try the same, and oh my goodness, Baron almost had the headbutt save there, stunned out. However, it still goes in the end for the 2.
I played with Baron quite a bit, and the one thing I will know is that somehow he has the physically biggest head I have ever seen. The amount of accidental headbutts that kid gets is just astounding.
All right, you know what? I'll take your word for it as Baron sends this one all the way through. However, Isolate is the one with the first grab. Sends this one to Guipo. Guipo flicks it forward, connecting with Knife Rich here. That lurking stack is dangerous, though. Knife Rich playing careful here, moving around the Geos to send it to Isolate. Isolate looking for, oh my goodness. I thought he was looking for the cut, but no, he had his eyes on the prize, putting that in off the head of Baron.
Yeah, right now blue really struggling. I think they've thrown it directly to orange on at least 4 rollouts since the pause. So they really need to find some way, some strategy to get around that orange team. Maybe even potentially, I can't remember who was QBing before, but now Geo to QB. So maybe a little bit of a change there.
Yeah, you're right. It was Baron before, and now it is Geo. So maybe they're just trying to, switch things up, who plays where, see if that finds some different results. And unfortunately, that joust is not going to find those different results. It's back into the hands of the orange team. Swag War sending this one over across to Knife Rich. Knife Rich now down low, looking for that bounce pass, but no, Snipe all over that one, gets the interception and gets a gorgeous clear all the way through the mid, off of the ceiling and into the hands of Lil Guipo. However, he cannot hold on to it. It is going to be a scramble. Swag War jumping out for it, looking for the clear, but no good. And Hunavelli gets a hand, gets the reset to Geo. Hopefully the blue team, looks to set up here as that bounce pass goes low to Snipe on the wall. Snipe under pressure, looks for that cut. It's Geo all day long, grabbing the ring and putting that one in for the 2.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to find some momentum, and really, like I said, their number one issue so far has been that rollout. So potentially getting off of that and kind of putting the pressure back on Orange Team, could start their momentum back up.
Yep. Totally. So now it's going to be Lil Guipo sending this one to Swag. Swag under pressure, but still gets that pass off to the mid, where the shot is going to go off of the back wall. Oh no, Knife Rich not able to haul that one in. It's bouncing all the way back to Isolate. Isolate sending it to Lil Guipo. Now to Swag War on the ceiling. Swag looking for one more, but no good. It is going to bounce instead into the hands of Snipe, but he's not able to get rid of it in time. Now Baron's turn. Nope, not there either. Swag War stealing it back off the boot, looking for one more pass, and no, the shot going off the ding ring, and they will not get another chance as Hunavelli picks it up and sends it out to end out this quarter, end out this half, 24-15 in favor of the orange team, and we will hear all about it after the sponsor break.
We don't have to worry about predators like our ancestors did. No saber-toothed tigers stalking from the brush. No dire wolves circling the camp. There are no more monsters to fear. And so, we have to build our own.
Hello and welcome back. We are halfway through this match right now between the orange and blue mixed bag pro games, and we have been having a good time here. Scores right now is 24-15 in favor of the orange team. So let's break down how that happened. Phenom, you have got a massive game brain. Tell us what's been going on here.
So just looking at the stats, it's pretty even. Other than right now, the assists and a little bit of the stuns. Possession time is 51%, 49%. So they've been touching the disc, very very close. Shots taken a little bit heavier on the orange side. Obviously, they've scored a handful bit more, so that makes sense. Saves are even at 3 apiece. Assists go a little bit heavier to the orange team, 7-4 assists, and then stuns right now 75-59. So a little bit more brawling, a little bit more teamwork coming from the orange side, and we see a little bit of a lead, especially after the starting. They kind of came back after the first round at the very end there, so they're just kind of riding that momentum they started at the end of the first round, and really have kept it up. Really started to stifle the rollouts of the blue team. I still don't think the blue team has necessarily found out a decent way around that. We saw Geo as QB at the end of the round, so potentially we'll see if that shakes some things up. But right now, yeah, the rollouts on the field itself, once the disc starts moving, it's a pretty even game. But right now, those jousts are making all of the difference.
Yeah, completely. You got to get it through mid, and it's so easy for Phenom and I to sit here in this booth and be like, just do this. It's not that simple. But the bottom line is they have got to find a way to get it through mid. Phenom, as you said, it's the joust right now. Coming out with those joust advantages, they're getting shut down a lot in the tunnels. They're either, directly getting that first pass intercepted, or they read the next one after applying that heavy pressure to the tunnel pass. But it's also, they're on defense. Once they've got the turnover there in their own bubble, looking for that clear, looking for the way out, I have found and I have seen that they are not getting rid of it quickly enough, or the lanes that they're using to get rid of it are easily read, because Isolate has been killing it on the back line there for the orange team, really holding it down and sending those loose discs back into the bubble, and they're making quick work of it here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Isolate is stuck in loading, which is not a good sign with this Oculus update, or this Oculus bug. Hopefully we'll be able to get it back in. He crashed. The common issue recently, this weekend, has been being able to play the game and then either crashing or disconnecting and then being unable to come back. So we might have to find a creative way to get Isolate in here, or potentially even a sub, which might shake things up even more.
I think a sub would be really interesting. Not that I don't want Isolate to get back in here. I just sung his praises there, how he's been killing it on the back line. But as you and I have both said, right now, purely down to chemistry, Orange Team is winning this game. Their stacks are so coordinated right now. Their defense is so coordinated in terms of alternating pressure between, the first pass and the second pass. They've been killing it in and around the bubble, and it'll be interesting to see if it's not Isolate getting back into this arena, who it is, and then how that will shake things up. I think Blue Team is slowly starting to get it together here. As you said, they switched up the QB, and they've had a little bit more success converting those opportunities in the bubble. But if Orange Team has to go back to square one in terms of finding that initial chemistry in this mixed game, and Blue Team can start where they're at, all bets are off.
Nope, it looks like we got the pause waiting for Isolate. Oh,
there we go.
Isolate is now in. Let's see if he doesn't crash. Yeah, Swag really liking what we call table in between the tunnel and kind of the main area, which I like to call the gate. There's a little flat spot. Swag has been sitting there perfectly looking for both passes from defense and then easily forwarding those to kind of deep offensive passes. And so that positioning has been really good for their movement when they have the disc outside of rollouts and also just in general play.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, the stats speak for themselves there, right there. 10 points right now, 3 assists to his name, and a save. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you what Isolate's got, but you know what? I'm sure he'll make up for it going into this second half right here, right now. Quarter 3 starts with a headbutt from the orange team. Oh my goodness, ambitiously sending both stacks, and they might pay for it as blue team gets the bounce. Hunavelli sending this one all the way in from half court, but no, off of the backboard and into the hands of Snipe. They're looking for it. They're driving, and they're finding it as Snipe puts that one in for the 2 to kick us off.
Yeah, it hit the very, very edge of the backboard, so that was, centimeters from hitting that long 3.
Yep, indeed. And thank you so much. The gifted sub from Arthur Guinness to Phenoms. That's interesting. But the support for the channel is always appreciated. So thank you so much, Arthur. Knife Rich gonna send this one over to Swag War at the tunnel. Phenom, just as you said, he likes that spot and he likes that pass to Lil Guipo up high on the ceiling. Guipo now looking for that lane, maybe looking to drive in. No, goes for that low pass. Now over to Swag War, who puts it in for the 2.
The real question is Arthur genuinely giving me a sub, which I very much thank him for, or is he just calling me out for not already being subscribed?
The world may never know. But here we go now into this blue joust advantage. It is going to be Gio as the QB continuing in this half. He's under some pressure from the stack, but it doesn't matter. He gets the pass off. However, oh my goodness, no, it does connect with Hunavelli off of the steal. Good stuff there. Hunavelli sends this one forward to Snipe. Snipe now looking for that down low bounce shot, but no good. Baron on it, but he's not able to hold on to it. Instead, it is going to be picked up by Knife Rich for that quick reset back to Isolate. Isolate fires this one high, but that's where Hunavelli is waiting for the blue team. That's another turnover. They're going to have another shot at this. Hunavelli sending this one over to Snipe. Snipe to the backboard looking for the shot, and oh my goodness, sent that one in. I do believe Isolate had the save, but got stunned out.
Yep, just slowly floated into the goal. That's a goalie's worst nightmare right there. It's to be able to save it and then get stunned out and have no choice but just to watch it float in the goal.
You know, is the goalie's worst nightmare that, or when you like cock it back to send it out and then you own goal? Food for thought. Knife Rich there handling this stuff.
I feel like that's a little funny. Like, you can kind of laugh at yourself for that, but yeah, there's nothing funny about watching a 2 meter per second crawler.
Oh my goodness, nothing funny about that one either. Isolate sending it to Swag War on his way into the bubble, looking to bait the ender, takes the shot and makes it for the 2.
Yeah, not grabbing any purchase as far as more lead yet. That one kind of put them back in the same pace as they started this round with. So right now, both teams kind of keeping up. Potentially, we'll be able to see kind of another miscue from Blue. They're able to recover it, but the rollout's still their worst problem right now, and that is an even more worse problem as the little Guipo sends a mail slot in on an 18 from 27.
What a grab there. You know, really duking it out in the midfield with that blue player, stealing it away and quickly converting for the 3. Orange team is really starting to pull away here. You know, knock on wood, because I tend to curse anything I call out, but they're up by 12 right now. Let's see if they can keep it going as the blue team sends us to Hunavelli. Down low cross to Snipe. Snipe maybe looking at this one-on-one. No incoming defense, forces the shot early. So Swag War is able to pick it up instead. Now sending it out to Lil Guipo under the popcorn. Defense is all over it, forcing the bad shot, but it will get all the way down into the bubble where it's picked up by Hunavelli and immediately sent out now to Gio. Gio looking for that high pass, finds Baron there, but Baron, the victim of the drive-by stun from the stack, but he does get back to it, getting the slap, but not the connection with the intended recipient. Instead, it's Knife Rich sending this one back to Isolate, now over cross high to Swag War. Swag War on the cloud sends this one through the high mid. The blue stack is together, and they'll chase this one down first. It's Snipe handling it, sending it over now to Gio there on the floor. Gio looking to help this one along, but it's going to take a bad bounce off of the trench and back into the hands of Swag War, who sends this one to Knife Rich despite the stun. It is a fight in the mid, but the blue team comes out on top, getting this one slapped down into the bubble. Swag War home first, looks to send it right back where it came from, and oh my goodness, a gorgeous bounce clear there, all the way down just outside the bubble of the blue team. We're going to see a race. It's Snipe there first, but Swag War gets the stun. Oh my goodness, gets it done on both ends of the arena, creates the play, and then makes the goal for the 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're gaining chemistry on the blue side there. Lots of kind of errant clears. So we just really need to see some decent positioning. I'm not sure if it's the stacks from the blue team kind of forcing their hand. Ooh, and an unfortunate drop from Baron there, and a potential, yeah, another open 3 from Luguipo. He is just cleaning up these mistakes from the blue team.
He is, and I think, you know, You hit the nail on the head there, right? You know, blue team is playing well, but they are making some mistakes. And what's really going wrong for them is what orange team is doing right, in that they are quick to capitalize on every little error the blue teams makes. Every open goal is going to get a shot at it. Every uncontested pass, they're going to send a stack at it. And they've been finding success with that strategy. Blue team just needs to clean it up, and that's how you start it. Hunavelli to snipe just outside the bubble, hits the shot on the harassed goalie. That goes in for the 3.
And that was, again, the first, I think, what I would call aggressive rollout that I've seen from them that isn't just the QB holding. That was kind of the first relay type play that I've seen from blue team, which I think is a really good choice, especially this late in the game when they're struggling with those offenses. Just get it down there, and a quick recovery. If Snipe can make this, just off the ring. Hopefully still maintaining possession here. They are kind of 2-on-4, able to put it in for the 2. The dunk by Geo, top pocket, and that will be the second goal in a row for blue team, potentially starting some momentum here.
Yeah, it would have been huge if they could have gotten the 3 there, but settling for the 2 is also great because right now they just need points. They are down by 12, and there's a little bit time left in this third quarter and then the fourth quarter to go, but they cannot keep going back and forth with the orange team. Let's see how they handle this one on defense. It's going to be Knife Rich working this one through the tunnel. Incoming pressure in the form of Hunavelli forces that pass to Swag. Now back to Isolate. Isolate looks to send it back, connecting with Swag War. He's on his way to the bubble, trying to maintain that 5, but cannot get the ender up in time. Baron picking that one up and sending it to Snipe. Snipe, oh my goodness, looking for the long 3 off of the backboard, but out of the bubble and into the hands of Swag War once more. He's going to be on the floor here, looking to handle this one. Sends it to Knife Rich in the mid. Beautiful pass there as Knife Rich buys some time and space, drawing out the triple stack before sending it in for his own stack, and that is a 3-on-1. They get it done. That's going in for the 2.
Yeah, the triple stack meta not yet really been tested. So generally you want to keep it to 2 people. 3 people, probably just too many.
You know, hey, maybe they were stuck on the 5v5 from last week. It happens. It happens. We'll give it to them.
That's true.
But we do have 30 seconds left in this quarter. Let's see what the blue team is able to do with it with this last joust advantage. Geo sending this one in, but oh no, gonna hit the Geo there as Isolate now picks it up and looks to send it out to Lil Guipo. Guipo now smartly connecting with Knife Rich there on the wall. Incoming pressure from Geo will send this one over across, or maybe not. Actually, a gorgeous self pass. Now over to Isolate. Isolate down low looking for Lil Guipo, but oh no, that's going to be Baron instead, picking it up and sending it out of the tunnel. And that will do it here for the third quarter. The orange team holding on to, or even extending their lead 38-24. And we will break it down for you after the quick ad break.
If you call one of us, just remember, you've invited the whole pack.
Hello and welcome back. We are 3/4 of the way done here with this mixed bag pro scrim, and it has been an exciting match so far. 38-24 in favor of the orange team. Phenom, who is doing what right, who is doing what wrong, and what are we going to see in this last quarter according to those stats?
I mean, just the errors. They're usually pretty even, both on kind of offense and defense. Blue, mostly with the mistakes on the rollouts, or just, you know, kind of off positioning. And then it's just some straight up errors that they've been kind of dropping the disc or having bad clears. And orange team has just been feasting on that. So with 1 round left, they really need to get their stuff together and start playing some lights out Echo Arena.
100%. They need some points, they need it fast, and they need them unanswered, and that's not the way they want to start it. First touch goes to orange, or maybe it's calculated as that back stack gets the pickup and sends it all the way through. Snipe handling this one. However, it's going to be Swag War right on him, getting that stun, the steal, and the clear, sending this one all the way through into the bubble of the blue team to connect with Lil Guipo. Guipo, though, not liking what he sees, sends this one over to Swag War once more. Swag War trying to hold on to that after the ender, but no, loses it to the blue slap, where there will end up connecting instead with not Snipe. Oh my goodness, Knife Ridge getting a great leech there, but Snipe does get back to it, getting that stun and possession back. However, the pass not going to go as intended. That is a rough bounce right there, but he does recover in the mid, sending this one forward, now bouncing off of the top of the tunnel and down low into the trap, where it is going to be recovered by Swagwar. Gets that one slapped low over across, connecting with Isolate. Not sure if that was intended, but it worked out beautifully. Lil Guipo now over to Knife Ridge at the table, works this one forward down to the nose, sending it low cross for the bounce, looking to connect with the incoming teammate, but the blue team will deny it. Instead, it is going to be Snipe sending this one back through the cross-side tunnel, bouncing high into the bubble of the orange team where the stacks. It's going to be a race. This could be the opportunity they've been looking for, as Geo on the backboard. Oh no! Sends that one all the way out of the bubble, where it will end up in the hands of Isolate. He looks to get this one slap cleared, but it's not going to make it through. Second try, not going to get through either. Bouncing off the wall and into the hands of Snipe. They've got the goalie home, but they have also got some people in the bubble. Maybe looking for the Joker train. Oh my goodness. Would have been ambitious, but Knife Ridge shuts that one down, gets the stun, gets the steal, gets the pass up to Swagwar there, who is going to slow this one down for the orange team, drawing out the stack before sending it to Knife Ridge. Knife Ridge with the 2-on-1 with the teammate, driving that one in and boldly takes the behind the back shot, and it will not work. Instead, it is going to be Baron picking this one up, but loses it there to that incoming orange team, and Isolate punishes the mistake by putting in the 2.
Punishment indeed. Looking at this, like that Joker train, they are getting derailed right now. They just cannot afford to make easy mistakes. Right behind that backboard is the deadliest spot on offense. So you really got to capitalize on kind of easy moments like that.
Yep, 100%. And speaking of capitalizing on easy moments, Snipe in the right place at the right time, just outside the bubble, able to convert that one for the 3.
Yeah, Snipe with the most points. Oh, not anymore. He has 15 points. Swag currently with 16. So those are your top shooters for each team right now. Swag and Snipe, 1 point apart respectively.
Yep, absolutely. And you know they're looking for more. Geo trying to find himself in that lane, not quite able to get the interception just yet. However, it does buy time for Snipe and the stack partner to get there. Snipe sends that one all the way in off of the back wall and out of the bubble before anybody gets a hand on it. It's going to be Swagwar there first, going for that 360 clear, and it will be picked up by Lil Guipo in the tunnel, looking for those options. Oh my goodness, maybe looking for the return fire on the Joker train, but no. Opts for the pass to Isolate, who puts in the easy 3, and now the orange team is back up by 16.
We've hit that magical Palador 40 number. So at this point, blue team has been condemned to death and must now live out the rest of the 4.5 minutes in quiet solitude.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but we have seen a trend where teams that get to 41st tend to win the matches, and it looks like they're leaving nothing up to chance. They want more points. Swagwar there with a beautiful read on the QB, gets the steal and gets the 3.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, and it is starting to come down pretty hard. 4 minutes left. I mean, you just gotta kind of give it your all, but it's definitely. The nails are pounding into the coffin as we speak.
Absolutely. And oh my goodness, they're looking for even more. Lil Guipo picking that one up. However, Snipe will not let him go. Gets the stun, gets this pass over to Geo. Geo looking up high, cross for Hunavelli, but no, it's going to bounce back into the hands of Snipe instead. Still works out though. They've kept the possession. Snipe now in the trench, doing some moves to draw out Knife Ridge before sending this one back to Baron at the double diamonds. Baron now redistributing over to Hunavelli, drawing out this pressure from Lil Guipo, going Geo to Geo before working his way into the bubble off the post, maybe looking for it himself, but no good, denied by the ding ring. Now back into the hands of Snipe for blue. He's gonna try as well. He's on the shield, looking for that lane. Here he comes, but no, denied by the forehead of Lil Guipo. He gets the save, gets this one picked up, and is now buying a little bit of time here for his teammates to get together before sending it all the way through. It's gonna take a series of interesting bounces, but in the end connects with Knife Ridge there. Knife Ridge now on his way in. Oh no, look for that pass in the form of Isolate, but Isolate moved to stun out the goalie, and Little Guipo was not able to make the shot work either. But the orange team does keep the possession. It looks like they are going to be looking for more. Swag War now on the floor, gets through 2 blue defenders before sending it forward to Knife Rich. Knife Rich now low, cross to Little Guipo, finding Isolate there on the backboard, and hey, it may have taken a couple of extra seconds, but in the end, they get it done for the 2.
Unfortunately, it looks like Hunavelli has crashed on the orange side. So and now they are at an even greater disadvantage here in the last 2 minutes. It doesn't seem like a pause is coming out. They might have just kind of accepted their fate here, as it appears so.
Yeah, it appears so. They are just going to push forward with it. 2 minutes remaining in this last quarter. Isolate sends this one all the way through off of that back wall and up high where it will connect with Swag War. The goalie does get home, so he does some moves on the ceiling here, drawing out the pressure. Oh my goodness, maybe look at a Joker train off of the defender, but in the end, ops to the pass, and then one more, and then maybe one more for good measure. Lil Guipo back to Swag War in for the 2.
Trying to come back. Looks like he did indeed crash, so hopefully he will be back to come and save his team in the last minute he'll probably have.
Yep, that is going to be the last.
Juice for saying 4v3 is farther away from 5v5. You are intrinsically correct.
Yeah, you know what? You are. But as you said, we have got 1 final minute left in this quarter. Well, 1 minute and 15 seconds. And here comes the orange stack, getting another headbutt there to keep it away from the defender. However, Lil Guipo not able to keep the headbutt train going, as instead that this is going to be picked up by Baron. Baron sends this one through the cross-side tunnel, intercepted though by Swag War, getting the ender on Geo. Now looking to push forward through the mid, looking for some options, finds one in the form of Lil Guipo, pushing forward maybe for this one-on-one with Baron, gets the jump, but not the goal. Baron with the reads, gets the stun, gets the turnover, and now sends this one to Snipe. There's going to be 45 seconds remaining. Blue team playing down right now 3v4, but they are still looking for points regardless. Snipe looking to get through Knife Rich, but no can do, gets stunned out and loses that one. It's going to be Isolate now sending this one through, or at least trying to. Oh no, takes an interesting bounce there back into his own hands. Totally a calculated self-pass. Just trust me. He'll send this one through the mid now, where it will bounce into the hands of Baron, who sends it right back where it came from. That one's up to Snipe. Snipe looking for the goal, but oh no, finds the nest instead, and that's going to bounce wide, where it will be picked up by Knife Rich for the orange team, doing some moves to keep it away from blue before sending it back to Isolate, and then the double reset for good measure. Swagborn now sends it to Knife Rich once again. Knife just looking to, end out these last couple of seconds here. They've got the comfortable lead. They're in no rush to push, and that will do it. Finishing out this final quarter, 50-27 in favor of the orange squad. What a game, Phenom.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the very beginning of that first round, we were seeing some weight more towards the blue team, but orange really found its stride kind of middle of that second round, and they just kept up with it, and unfortunately blue could just not find that same chemistry that the orange team can, and came away victorious because of it.
Yep, I mean, we did call that out there in the beginning of this match in the pre-show, where when we've got these mixed teams like this, a lot of times it comes down to who is going to find that chemistry first, and then who's going to find, just the better chemistry, the better play style, and how to work together on the fly. It is no easy feat, and the orange team did it this evening. It certainly did it, winning 50-27. And all of those players all over this arena, particularly on the orange team, though, looking like they have got some stacked stats tonight. Phenom, it is going to make it a little bit difficult to decide a player of the game.
It is indeed. There is some serious stats on the board for the orange team, but I think I'm going to have to give it to Swag War. I think not only did he score 21 points, the highest on his team, and had only his second assist to Lil Guipo with 4. He was also had the most saves at 2 saves, and the most stuns in the entire game at 47. And not only that, but I think his positioning in the field was instrumental to a lot of the both turnovers and the progression of the disc onto the offense that they ended up capitalizing and scoring on. So I think it's a no-brainer. Fad is easily the MVP in this game.
Yep, I am 100% with you. You know, we do got to call out where credit is due. As you said, Lil Guipo had 5 assists, as did Hanavelli before losing his stats there. That is unfortunate. Snipe, also a close contender in the points column. He had 15 points to his name, tied with Isolate, actually 15 each. But Swag War towering over both of them with 21, and the saves. And as you said, what he contributed in the midfield in that favorite little table spot, buying his team time and space when necessary. I agree with you. That is going to make Swag War our MVP. So, great stuff there by both of these teams. I do believe we are going to have a very quick interview with our winning squad here. They were asked to leave one in the arena for us to talk to, so don't go anywhere. We are going to go to a quick break, and then we will be back to talk to our winning team. Hello and welcome back to the Nepa TV. We just finished up watching an exciting game here between two mixed pro teams, Orange and the Blue. Orange came out victorious at 50-27. So now Phenom and I are joined by two of these Orange players. We've got Isolate and Lil Guipo in the booth with us, to talk about the game. And boys, my first question is, we saw you guys, I don't want to say struggled because it wasn't quite a struggle, but just did not perform as well in that first quarter. However, in the second quarter, about halfway through, it looked like something clicked. Suddenly, the stacks were faster, the reading was better, the passing was better. So my question to you is, what happened in that second quarter that made the whole team do a 180?
I'd say
my hands warmed up.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, granted, this isn't an official match, so none of us had a real warm-up, and the only people with any real chemistry in this server were Guipo and Swag War, so I think we just had to take a second to realize where everyone was going to play and straighten out where we all went on QB and defense, and then we kind of just hit our stride right away. It was pretty good.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys, certainly once got that warm-up in, certainly performed. a lot better there. What do you think was the key to your success there against that blue squad? Were there any particular strategies that you implemented, or did you just return to the core fundamentals of Echo and went nuts?
I'd say it was a lot of fundamentals because all we really did was realize that they were stacking really heavy on defense, and we were just willing to back pass it pretty often.
Yeah, I saw that. You guys were very liberal with the resets there, and that's not a criticism. It saved your possession several times, and I was quite impressed to see that come out from a mixed team there. Like you said, nobody really had chemistry, but for the ability that you guys demonstrated to find each other even under pressure was quite impressive there.
I do have questions on the a normal match you'd be on with your team. You'd have your maybe your plays set up. Coming into a mixed, assuming you have no idea who's going to be in what position. What was your guys' strategy for figuring out plays to run, both on potentially offense and defense? Does anyone take charge or anything like that?
We started with the comms being I am QB, and then we let everyone else call a spot, and we kept it the exact same rollout for the entire time.
I mean, it's simple enough that it worked, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it did with you guys split tunnels like that in such a way with your QB holding to draw out that stack. Definitely worked there. So excellent work. Man, I'm stuck on how impressed I am by how well you guys came together in this mixed environment. So congratulations there. Is there anything, I'm curious, right? We've got the AAA series coming up, and then we've got Pro coming up after that. But obviously, you guys play with and against each other all the time. So what is, if there's anything at all, something you noticed tonight about either your teammates or the other teams that you are, that you're going to take home with you?
I'd have to say that everyone on our team really, in a competitive environment, realized that possession was winning over scoring, and it was really nice to see. Because as much time as they didn't have the disc, they obviously couldn't score, and we had time to set up and really come forward with the best offense we had.
Yeah, even at I think round 3 when we were checking over stats, I think possession time was like 51 to 49%. So you guys had touched the disc pretty much the exact same amount of time. The biggest difference is that you guys had capitalized, way more often in that regard. So you're exactly right.
Yep.
I think that we were just more set up in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once we built up the lead, we were way more willing to lock down the bubble and really let them have to set up a good defense against us, which is obviously a lot harder for a team that comes together over the course of the private.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. We really appreciate that, and giving us a good show. Thanks again to the Invisible Defocus on cams tonight, doing a fantastic job. And my other half, Psychaotic, for doing fantastic play-by-play tonight. And me, I was here.
Good job, Phenom, you were here.
I was here. I did things. So, no.
Yep. Well, excellent job there doing things. As Phenom said, this has been the Nepa TV. Thank you guys so much for watching this mixed game that we put on between some of these pro players here representing Nepa well. This has been really fun, and I cannot wait to do it again next week because I realized today that I think I'm on 5 games in a row, so you're still stuck with me. But until then, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay good to each other, and have a great evening.
30 seconds. This one is loose in the Destroyer zone. Collected by Saluna. Stunned out. Picked up by Game. Stunned out. Zenith with it.
This is it. Trying to clear it.
Cleared out. 20 seconds. Game gets it back here. Game turning it around. Sends this one in off of the floor. Gets it to Rosie Hope. Rosie has Zenith pressuring. 13 seconds. Sending this one in. Stunned out. No. What a shield there from Acorn.
Oh, no.
That gets the finish. That's the victory. What's the clock? What's the clock?
That's it. That's it.
In the last seconds, the Orlando Cyclones come back 33 to 32. Are you kidding me?
What?
I've got nothing. You know, forget finals. What was that? What was that? No, not anymore. No.
Look at
no. Put me on camera. Put me on
that.
camera. That was unbelievable. I cannot believe what just happened. I cannot believe what just happened.
On that read.